Good afternoon, America. This is the Prophet again. We're back, and this is titled "The American Amateur Sensation and Defending National Champion Deevon Young is Ready for Reno." Let's make sure he gets there. Let's go to his GoFundMe account, Deevon Young. You also can do it through fightserve.info, hashtag Deevon Young's GoFundMe account. I got on this podcast, we have his trainer, Mr. Terry Cade. Terry, you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Deevon is the defending champion, right, out there in Reno?
Yes, sir. He's the defending youth champion at the super heavyweight.
Yeah, and that, I mean,
He's number one ranked boxing by USA Boxing.
he's ranked number one by USA Boxing right now at super heavyweight. And guys, do everything you can. And like I said, you can go to his GoFundMe account at Deevon Young. And we did a podcast earlier. I'm not going to lie. I want to issue a disclaimer right here. And he was interviewed on here, and I had to take him off because we don't want to do anything to risk his amateur status, okay? He is a true sensation, all right? And he has got the ability to go as far as he wants to go in this sport, all right? People say that about a lot of fighters. But you don't, very seldom do you find a kid that's been in the sport only 4 years, that's, and 3 years into the sport, who's a national champion. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's unheard of. That's unheard of. Terry himself has a very extensive amateur career that I'm kind of familiar with because it was around the time of Paul Williams being an amateur, kind of around the time when I stopped being an amateur. You know, I left amateur ranks in 1989. And, 1990, I'm sorry, I fought in 90 twice. Terry you fought over 90 fights, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he also fought some professional fights. Now, if you look me or him up on BoxRec, we don't have the best records in the world. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, we don't have the best records in the world. But what we do know is we know the sport, guys. We know the sport. And everybody that knows me knows that I'm a manager. And I also own Fight Serve. I had a promotional license for a long time. I stopped promoting because there is the Muhammad Ali Act prevents that. And I was, trying to circumvent the law on that at one time, kind of like Heyman and them guys had tried. But that's the reason he's facing some lawsuit now. But Top Rank really don't have anything against him. I can tell you right now, it's going to be thrown out completely. It's been repicked up, but it got thrown out one time, but it's been repicked up. Al has an investment firm behind him, and they had to drop that investment firm because this is they haven't done anything wrong. They have helped support him start this PBC thing, and I think what he's done for boxing is phenomenal. I really do.
Yes, sir, I agree too. He got that boxing on every channel, showing that boxing is back there.
You damn right he does, and I love it. I love it. It's on Spike TV. He's getting ready to go to Fox. In January he goes to Fox.
Yeah.
And now I'm not too crazy about the opening bout for Fox with Garcia and Guerrero. I don't know how crazy you are about it, but to me, I feel like Garcia got gifted 2 decisions already.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to build him up. I don't know why they're holding him back to put him out there with them real killers, but
Put him out there with Sean Porter. Put him out there with Sean Porter one time, or put him out there with Keith Thurman one time. Somebody like that, or don't dare send him overseas and let him fight Kell Brook. You seen what happened to Sean Porter when he went over there. So these guys, to me, and I've seen a ranking recently that has him as high as number 3 in the welterweight division, and I do not see how that is even possible.
They went out by his record and stuff like that. I put Thurman in top of all those guys. That guy is big and strong.
He is actually a junior middle.
I think he took all them guys a long round. He really hurt him. I don't think they can hurt him.
I think Collazo is the only one I've seen that stunned him. But I'm going to tell you something about Keith Thurman that I picked up on. You and me both know all boxers just about have tails. You know what I mean? Watch a couple of Keith's fights. He has a small tail, and I think Collazo picked up on it in that fight. And you see when he caught him with that hook to the body?
Yeah.
He was more shocked than Collazo. Nobody. He was stunned. He couldn't believe that he had hit him like that. If he would have followed that up with a right, I think he had a chance of winning that fight. But, don't get me wrong, Thurman done what champions do. You know what I mean? He overcome that and went on to win.
Yes, sir.
And I think his corner, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't go to his corner between rounds, but from what I've heard from insiders and stuff and people I talk to a lot, said that, Ray Leonard's one of them, told me that they told him, you've got to stop shifting before you throw that right hand. You've got to stop shifting before you. And next thing you know, he stopped it the rest of the fight. And I'm like, he ain't going to catch him with a hook again. You know what I mean? He's not going to catch him with a hook to the body again.
Yes.
But you've seen it. I've seen it. Even in the amateurs, you see it a lot more in the amateurs than you do. I mean, you could watch a guy's shoulders in the amateurs and know he was getting ready to throw a overhand right. Am I lying? I mean, you 2 seconds ahead of time. Damn near. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, 2 seconds, but a second ahead of a time easily. You knew what was coming sometime, you know? And I watched an interview with Floyd Mayweather right after his Berto fight. And he made a statement that I have firmly believed in my whole life. Ever since I've been in and around boxing since I was 9 years old. All right, I've been in and around the sport for 35 years. A lot of people say Floyd started slow, you know, in a lot of his fights. And he did, you know. And, but here's one thing I can say about him. By the third or fourth round, he owned the fight.
Yeah.
He owned that fight. But if you listen to that thing, I don't know if you've seen the post-fight interview from the Berto fight.
No, I haven't.
Well, watch it if you get a chance on YouTube, man, because it's awesome. He tells you, he said, I can tell by the third jab or the first overhand right or first overhand left, depending on whether they're southpaw or orthodox, what they're going to do the whole fight.
Wow.
Huh?
That's amazing. He's a guy.
To me, his best ability is the ability to adapt. To what he did to Canelo Alvarez will always be amazing to me. He took a guy that outweighed him by 27 pounds that night.
Yes, sir.
All right, a lot of people go on about Floyd, you know, fight night weight not being published or nothing like that, but hey, look, the guy walks around 150 pounds. Me, you, and everybody else know Alvarez comes into fights weighing 175, 176, 177. I mean, really, what did Floyd, we think Floyd weighed? Let's give him 155. So he's still outweighed by what, 20 to 25 pounds? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And he fought him in the pocket most of the fight. That's what got me. And owned that kid. I flat owned that kid. And, you know, a lot of people said this guy's got the best chance to other than Manny Pacquiao beat him. I knew Manny would never beat him. I don't care when they fought. Manny wasn't going to beat him. That was my opinion anyway, you know, because of the style. Styles make fights, you know that. I know that. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd have never seen Vernon start throwing shit the night Mayorga beat him. I don't know if you remember that fight.
I remember. I watched them box twice.
Yeah, they boxed both times. The second time, I think Vernon kind of may have got robbed on the decision. You know, it was a lot closer. I mean, and one judge gave it to him. You know what I mean? Gave him the decision. Now, the first time, he whooped Vernon's ass.
Yeah, he got blew out.
Huh?
Yeah, he got blew out. I think he played.
He got in his head.
Played into the crowd. He had that guy, Archie, coming about. Be ready.
Yep.
You know.
He sure did. He liked to drink and smoke, and he would go on and on about all that, and go on about all that. And he got in Vernon's head when he hit himself. You remember when he hit himself in the fight?
Yes, sir.
I said, "My Lord, he's gonna get in his head. He's gonna get in his damn head." I'm sitting in the second row, okay, and it's all I can do. I'm hollering but it's so loud. You know, a lot of times at these big fights, I'm hollering, get that son of a bitch out of your head. You know, get him out of your head. You can beat this guy. He's not a boxer. He's a slugger. That's all he is. You're a boxer. He could have been one of the best welterweights in the world. Ever, maybe. I mean, he had a beautiful jab. A beautiful jab. A vicious overhand right. You know, I sparred with that man well over 500 rounds. You know? And I was a little bigger than he was. And Tom used to like to put us in there. I don't know if you remember Tom from Augusta Box Club. And you remember him? Coach Tom from over at Augusta Box Club.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Tom Ryder.
Yeah, that was our coach. Okay? He'd want me to lean on him, put some weight on him. I'm like, why? So he can catch me another. Man, you don't know how many days I went home with my nose swole up. I have tissues in both sides of my nose. You know, because that overhand right. The jab was enough to keep you off of him. You know what I mean? Was enough to keep you at bay. He could maintain distance real well with that jab. Just kind of like Golovkin did against Lemieux. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that overhand right was brutal. It was brutal. Well, you see what it did to Mosley. You know?
Oh, yeah, he just had that guy's number. It's not like he was,
we made a fortune.
They said that the Reno was like a thorn in his side all the way back to the amateurs. And also, there's another boxer like Roy Jones and Tony Trouble always had his number, like a thorn in his side. You know,
well, other than the first fight, now Roy beat him the first fight, but after that it was over. I think Roy messed up by going all the way up to heavyweight. I really do. You can gain and lose a lot of weight fast. You know as well as I do. You can drop a lot of weight in a day. I say a lot. You can drop 5 to 6 pounds in water weight.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. I had walked in that morning on weigh-in morning at, you know, some of these big PAL events and stuff like that. Go in and, you know, I was fighting at 142 a lot of times, even 132 sometime, you know. And I'd be 139, something like that. Tom say, you're going to have to fight up, and up, you know, on up. And I'm going, I think I can drop it. He goes, well, back then they put baby oil and trash bags on us.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they put on us, baby oil and trash bags. Go over there and jog in place, go over and jump rope, and I ain't never been real good at jump rope. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had good footwork. my jump rope really wasn't the best in the world. Now, but I mean I could jump rope. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't one of these guys that could just sit and just do it all day. I just couldn't do it. So I go out and I'd run, you know, for a little while. He'd say, "Well, go find a gym, see if they got a sauna." I'm like, "Are you killing me?" I come back and next thing you know, I weigh 129. I've lost 10 pounds.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, "Oh geez, I'm gonna be dehydrated." He goes, "Oh no, you ain't." And but we ended up working. You know, it ended up working out, and it was always pretty good. But you know, and then I did fight in the National Golden Gloves a couple times and stuff like that. And when Vernon was always, you know, the prodigy there at the box club. I mean, this kid, he went on to the Olympics. You know, he fought in the Olympics, and he beat Mosley in the trials. That's who he beat. You know, I was at that trials myself, and fought in it, but I didn't go nowhere near as far as they did. But yeah, he did. He beat Mosley in the trials, and he had his number. And matter of fact, the fight poster when it was made up was, "Can Sugar Shane get his sweet revenge?" You know, we knew he couldn't. He owned him. He owned him as an amateur. He owned him as a pro. It was evident. I mean, that jab was Shane's weapon. He should have stayed down. He should have stayed down in his weight and took a shot with Mayweather. He had a better chance then of beating Mayweather than what he did of beating, because back then Floyd was still fighting Rogers style. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he had a hell of a lot better chance then of beating Mayweather than what he did of beating Vernon in 2001. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's my opinion anyway. And you know, Vernon will always be my favorite fighter to the day I die. You know, when you go to school, when you become best friends with somebody at 4 years old, you go to kindergarten with them all the way to high school, up until he left for the Junior Olympics, you know, for the trials and stuff. He ended up graduating from a high school in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Because remember, they used to have to go to Grand Rapids for USA boxing and stuff.
Yeah, up in Marquette, Michigan. Yeah,
yep.
I think he was able to stay up there.
Yep. And then he ended up moving to Vegas once he turned pro, and that's when he got into that contract that I think I told you about earlier. I don't want to really go into all that again because we don't have a lot of time, but I do want to talk about your nephew a little bit. I mean, this kid has went on to win. You know, in 3 years he's a national champion in 3 years. That is phenomenal, man. That's phenomenal. And guys, let's get him back out there. Let's make sure he gets his way back out there. Let's go. Like I said, go to GoFundMe-Devon Young. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct. GoFundMe-Devon Young.
Now, let's spell his name right. It's Devon. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And Young spelled just like young age, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, if you see the podcast, anybody disregard the two E's in Devon because for some reason it punched it in, but it's Deevon Young. That's GoFundMe. It'll be. I'm actually going to tag him in it on Facebook, and I'll tag Terry as well. So they'll see it, and I want to make sure this kid gets there, man. Let's get him there. And if it was up to me, I'd just write the check now. But you know, with me being a professional manager and stuff like that, hey. But I tell you what I can do. I can make sure he gets the exposure he needs to get there, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna give him all the exposure he can get to get there, and every day. Every time I go on a podcast, it's GoFundMe account for Deevon Young. Hashtag Deevon Young at Fight Serve. You know, you can go to our Facebook page. You can go to my personal Facebook page. Wherever you want to go, just let me know and put hashtag Deevon Young GoFundMe account. And I'm willing to donate. And then I'll contact you, or Terry will contact you. Somebody will contact you, okay, and send you an inbox and give you the link you need to go to that guy, to get this guy there. All right? He's a defending champion. If he's a two-time champion, he is a rarity, guys. He is a rarity. And he's 17 years old. And, you know, two of the guys that won it last year, didn't you tell me earlier they just won the Olympic trials?
Yes, sir. Shakir Stevenson out of New Jersey at 120.
Yeah, and that is
also Charles Honeywell out of Ohio at 165. Those guys.
That guy's out of Darnell knows that boy real good. Yeah.
They're probably representing the U.S. and the USA in the Olympics. They got one more qualifier they have to do, but I think they're pretty much on the team.
So they're gonna be out there with Almonte and that bunch. Man, let's get these guys. Let's get this kid out there, and he's going to miss the box off age because they moved it to 19. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So he missed his box.
He turned 19 in the year of 2016.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they got that elite division now was 19 to 41 years of age, and these guys are going to be boxing in 2016 will not be wearing headgear.
Will not be wearing headgear. Okay. Well, you might as well be a damn pro then. And start getting paid. I mean, I'm just being honest, because when you got a guy that you can go in there against a guy like Luis Ortiz, for instance. You know, Cuba has heavyweights that are 32 years old, 33 years old. Felix Saban, there's one, 3-time Olympic gold medalist. A lot of people don't realize this, guys. Cuba, it's either going to Army or box. Why do you think there's 5 people in the history of the sport have won multiple gold medals in boxing? Vasyl Lomachenko is one of them from the Ukraine. All right. The other is Laszlo Papp. The other 3 are from Cuba. One of them's Guillermo Rigondeaux. All right. The other 2 are 3-time Olympic gold medalists, and they were heavyweights. That was offered. One of them was offered over $1 million to fight Tyson for 3 rounds. And he turned it down because he was a national hero in Cuba. All right. To get him there, and we're going to get him there. Whatever we got to do.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem, buddy. No problem at all. And we'll get him there. And like I said, I'm probably going to stop by the gym up there one day this week coming up because I'm going to probably go to our raise tomorrow. I got a card. I got to try to get together. We got to try to get a card here in Augusta before long. And is there any professionals training out of Georgia's gym right now?
No. I have a few kids I train in, and that's about it.
Okay. All right. So you pretty much running that place for him?
Oh yeah. Well, he told me to run my program out of there, my amateur program out of there. Yeah.
Man, that is great, man.
He's on the road with his guys. He got a couple of guys that he just managed in D.C.
Oh yeah, from D.C. That's where he's from. Is that where he's from originally?
Yeah, that's where he's from originally.
That's why Paul.
He got a kid now, and his last name Aleem. I cannot think of his first name, but he's like 16 years old.
Oh, really?
He's on his way. He's on his way.
Yeah, well, George was smart about how he handled Paul's career early. I'll give him that. Now, there were some things I disagreed with his training style, and you know, me and Darnell was talking about last night, because I think if Paul would have learned to maintain distance a little better, he could have been the greatest welterweight that ever lived.
Well, yeah, and I have been in camp with Paul and those secrets up in the Poconos. We trained in D.C. But, Mr. President, tell him put them brakes on and start pitching here from the distance. When Paul get in now, he just letting it go.
He just letting it go, buddy. That 1,200. Man, when he threw over, I was there the night that he fought Margarito.
Yes.
And he threw over 1,200 punches in that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who does that? Who does that? And you know, I've always thought that was he would have been Mayweather's kryptonite.
Yeah, Floyd retired on him and kind of, you know.
I know, and Paul's told me himself that he wasn't dodged or nothing, he wasn't ducked. But I think that's more of an Al Heyman thing. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I really do, and Floyd can say what he wants. And like I said, I know Floyd. You know, I've talked to him several times. Been to his gym quite a bit out there in Vegas. On I think it's Stud Avenue, something like that. Where it's at, Studs Avenue. That's it. But and Floyd's a good guy, man. He really is. He's a nice guy, and he's got some good fighters out of his gym right now. That Gervonta Davis and all that bunch. I mean, he's got some guys. You know, did Ishii win the other night? Ishii Smith?
I recall. I went on fighting news yesterday. I usually go there and get a lot of my information to read what has been going on there, but I can't recall. I don't know what card he was on.
They fought like Saturday night, something like that. Or no. Thursday night, Christmas Eve night, I believe. It was pretty recent on Spike TV.
Yes.
It was a pretty recent PBC thing on Spike TV, and I think Gervonta Davis won, which is probably, other than maybe Devin Haney, the best prospect out of the Mayweather team right now. Devin's a superstar, in my opinion. I've watched him spar a couple times. Well, you know, Earl Spence is out of there too now.
Yeah, I seen Devin Haney. Matter of fact, Devin Haney won the tournament last year. My nephew, he fought at 132 in the same year. In 2014, he won the Junior Olympics. My nephew won the Junior Olympics. And heavyweight with 176 plus. They took heavyweight out.
Hold on a minute. So in 2014, he won the Junior Olympics.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow.
And Devin Haney, he may have lost, but I think he won. I know he was fighting 125. Devin Haney won.
Yeah. He has. He's fought 125 and went to 132, and they say he's going to turn pro at like 140. But you know, like Lomachenko.
Matter of fact, I got on the call with my nephew was trying to show me a video of him on the matter of fact, when he and I was on the phone. But he was trying to show me a video of him on his pro fight.
Yeah. He is Devin's he's got good skills. He's got the complete skill set. He's like a lot like Lomachenko. I mean, he's got the total package, you know what I mean? But what helps, I think, Lomachenko is all the damn amateur fights he has, you know?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that is just phenomenal. And I think they mismanaged his career early on. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's nice to get a world title shot his first, second fight. But, I mean, you go in there and you're going to fight the WBO world champion, your second fight out. Here's a guy that's never been over 4 rounds in his life. That's because he fought for that World Series of Boxing thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And now you're going to put him in there for 12? His very first fight? Woo! I mean, there's a big difference between, 12 minutes and 36.
Yes.
I mean, but hey, he maintained his stamina, and he took a beating in low blows from Salido that night. And if, Kenny Bayless said, if I'd have refereed that fight, he said, Lomachenko wins by 3 to 4 points.
Yeah.
And Lawrence Cole got suspended for that fight. After that fight. Yeah. But, Terry, I appreciate it, buddy, and
I thank you too, Mr. Henderson, and I just hope I get my net together. Even putting the time in, and I spoke while we was at the gym a few hours ago. We spoke to the guy like Ray gonna take his kids up to the Civil War Regionals, and he got a kid that's gonna go up there named Dr. Robinson. When we spoke to him, his dad driving 36 hours out there.
Woo!
Yes.
Woo! Boy, if we're going to do something like that, we'd be damn if we wouldn't rent a van and take turns. But no. Like I said, I can get to play.
Hello?
I had to stop. I was about to say something I can't say. But something I was telling you about some plane tickets and stuff earlier.
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to get him there, man. We're going to do like I said, every day. I do podcasts 2 or 3 times a day. We're going to get him there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to get you there. And I got some guys, like when I was asking you earlier, if you're pretty much running that place up there for your amateur program, I might want to talk to you about some other stuff, too.
Yes, sir.
And we'll do that during another time. But, Terry, it's been great.
Thank you once again.
And I enjoyed it. And y'all heard us, guys. Let's go to GoFundMe at Deevon Young. Let's get this kid to Reno, man. Let's make him a back-to-back national champion.
Yes, sir.
He's ready to go. And as you'll see, the name of this program is the Amateur Sensation and defending national champion Deevon Young is ready for Reno. Let's make sure he gets there, guys. That's hashtag Deevon Young. If you go to my Fight Serve page, if you go to mine or Cade Terry's Facebook page, hashtag Deevon Young, and we will get you the information you need to get him there. Go to Twitter at Fight Serve. That's with an E on the end. Go to Twitter at Fight Serve. Hashtag Deevon Young. And I'll get you the information you need. Let's make sure this kid, any donation helps. If it's $5, it helps, okay? Anybody that can donate anything, let's get this kid there. All right? And I'm going to talk to some sponsors that I use, Terry, and probably starting Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm gonna be busy all day down there with Ray. But actually, I got 2 of them going to be there, so I'll talk to them tomorrow too. And like I said, I'll call you back tomorrow and see where we're at, buddy.
All right, what I mean? Thank you, Mr.
No problem, man. No problem.
Thank y'all in advance who listening, willing to help out. Thanks.
Hey, we're gonna do everything we can, buddy. We're gonna get him there. And I think this man. I think we might have a world champion on our hands, guys.
Yes, sir.
I really do. All right, Terry. Appreciate it, bud.